welcome back to Gift Week. Today we are talking all about kitchen gifts. And if you're new around here, my name is Alyssa. This week is all about gift giving. And I am sharing different gift guides each day of the week to help inspire you and think creatively when it comes to giving this holiday season. So today we are talking all about gifts that you can give for the cook in your life, or really anybody that is interested in getting some new kitchen gadgets. So hopefully this video gives you some ideas for the cooks in your life and also potentially for things that you could add onto your own holiday list. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first item on my list, and I'm sure this is not going to come as a surprise to any of you, is a high-powered blender. I literally use my blender at least twice a day, every single day, and it is by far my favorite kitchen tool. I have a Blendtec. It's one of the best blenders on the market. I love it, but of course there are a ton of other options. If Blendtecs are a little bit too expensive for you, you could also look at a brand called Ninja. I've heard that those are really good. I personally haven't tried them, but I've heard that they're really good. If you are in the same kind of price tier as a Blendtec, another great option is a Vitamix or the new KitchenAid blender. All three of those are really top-notch. They're super high quality, and they all have really great guarantees. So it's kind of like a risk-free investment. I have had mine for over 5 years, and I absolutely love it. Like I mentioned, I use it twice a day. It's still running strong, and it is by far the best kitchen tool that I have. Next on my list is a food processor. You guys also know that I use this quite frequently. I love using a food processor for sauces and pestos and energy balls. I make my own nut butter in a food processor. And the one that I have is from Cuisinart. I really like this one. I've tried other brands and this is definitely my favorite one. The one that I've linked below for you is on Amazon and it's actually not that expensive. It's under $100. So if you don't have a food processor or if you have an old one and you're looking to replace it, I think that this is a great thing to add to your list. The next thing I have for you is a mini stand mixer. So KitchenAid is well known for their artisan stand mixers. It's basically those mixers that are great for bakers. But recently, I think within the last 2 years, they came out with a mini version. The mini version is a little bit less expensive, which is great. And I love that it takes up less counter space. So I'm sure you guys know I live in a small apartment in New York City. Counter space is at a premium, as is shelf space and cabinet space. So having a small appliance like this is awesome. I like using my stand mixer for making things like gluten-free bread, also cookies, big batches of muffins, things like that. I think that this is a really great gift. It's great for anybody who is moving into their first home, maybe somebody that just graduated from college and is moving into a new apartment, or even if you want to give your college students something this nice, then that's also another great option. The next few things I have for you are even smaller appliances, and the first is an immersion blender. If you don't know what an immersion blender is, essentially it's this little blender stick or blender wand, and you stick it into a pot and it blends it up. So it's great for making creamy soups without having to transfer everything into your blender. Immersion blenders are really reasonably priced, which is awesome. The one that I have is linked below for you. And they also don't take up a lot of space, which is another great thing. So if you have somebody that lives in a colder climate, I think that these are a great gift because everybody loves having warm, cozy soups in the wintertime. And I personally love creamy soups, so my immersion blender is something that I use all the time. The next thing is my electric tea kettle, and I've shared this in a few of my What I Eat in a Day videos, but this is something that I use daily and I am obsessed with it. The one that I have is from Cuisinart, and what I love about it is that it has a few different temperature settings so that you can heat your water based on what you are making. So I drink green tea, as you guys know, matcha all the time, and it has a green tea setting. So I just hit that little button, the water heats up to exactly the temperature that I need it, and then I don't have to worry about it burning the tea. And yes, that is a real thing. Tea can get burned and it can affect the flavor of it. And then of course, when I'm done making my matcha, I switch it to the boil setting and I make Matt his coffee and we're both happy. So I love this gadget. I think it's great and I think everyone would benefit from it, and I've linked it below for you. Now is kind of just like a little fun gift, but this is an air popper, a popcorn popper. We have one of these. We love making popcorn at home and kind of chilling out on a Saturday afternoon or chilling out on a Friday night, and we'll make a big bowl of popcorn. The way that I make popcorn is I pop it in my air popper and then I toss it with a little bit of coconut oil, nutritional yeast, sea salt, and some smoked paprika. I've actually shared how to do that in another video, so I'll link that for you in the description box below as well. But basically, an air popper is a super cheap item that is just kind of a novelty thing. Like, of course, it's not necessary in a kitchen, but if you have somebody that loves popcorn and loves buying bags of popcorn, maybe they would enjoy trying their hand at making some for themselves. Of course, I need to round out my small gadgets with my spiralizer. You guys know that I love spiralizing things, especially zucchini, and the spiralizer that I use is actually called the InSpiralizer. And what I love about this spiralizer is that it clips onto the counter, so it suctions onto the counter, and it really makes it easy to spiralize some of those tough veggies. So things like butternut squash, sweet potato, or anything that really is kind of hard to get through. The suctions really stick it onto the counter and it doesn't move. So I've linked the one that I have below. Again, I really recommend this one versus the other brands. I've tried other ones and none of the other ones are as good as this one. So if you're looking for a spiralizer, this is an awesome gift. And it's really great for anybody who is making some health resolutions or weight loss resolutions in the new year. You can swap out pasta for vegetable pasta, cut down on a ton of calories, and it's a great way to support a healthy weight loss plan. The next three things before we move on to cookbooks are cookware and knives. So the first are ceramic pans, a set of ceramic pans. I use this Wherever ceramic pan set and it is amazing. It's non-stick, naturally non-stick, so you don't have to worry about it heating up and then having that toxic layer peel off, which I'm sure a lot of you know, non-stick cookware, that happens a lot. So this is naturally non-stick. I absolutely love these pans. I've been using them for 1.5 years, and they're also super reasonably priced, so you don't have to go investing hundreds and hundreds of dollars in a nice pan set, especially the fry pans. So I love the fry pans, and I've linked the set that I have below. Another pan that I recommend you have is a cast iron skillet. I personally have a Le Creuset, but I actually really like the lower priced Lodge ones, and those are the ones that I've linked below. There's a ton of great things about cast iron skillets, but one of the things is that you can go from stove to oven, and so you can be like sauteing things and then you can move it into the oven and finish roasting or whatever you're doing. You can also bake in them, and they also are super easy to clean, surprisingly. So I've linked one for you below. It's really reasonably priced. It's a really high quality brand, and it's definitely something that I recommend every kitchen has. So the final thing before cookbooks is a nice set of knives. The brand that I personally love is Global, and what I love about them is the shape of the handle. So I have small hands, and I find that Global fits really nicely into my hand. So I find that these are really great, especially for women or people who have small hands. Sometimes handles on knives can be a little bit hard to manage, and these are super simple, and I really love the way that they feel. They also are really high quality. They come from Japan, and yes, they are a little bit pricey, but the one that I linked below is a set of 3, and it is such a great value. I swear that this was life-changing for me when I got a set of nice knives. It completely changed how I cooked in the kitchen. I was so much faster, and I really enjoyed it a lot more. And I've used these knives for about 4 to 5 years now, and I can't imagine my life without them. All right, so let's talk about cookbooks. The first one that I have for you is InSpiralized. This is by the creator of the spiralizer that I use. Her name is Allie, and she has this cookbook which is full of spiralized meals. So if you need a little bit of inspiration when it comes to your spiralizer, this is an awesome cookbook. It is not fully vegan, but there are some vegan recipes in here, and a lot of them are also adaptable so that you can make them vegan if you want. If you're looking for like a nice bundle gift, this book plus the spiralizer tool would be an awesome option for anybody who is interested in learning more about spiralizing. The next book is Oh She Glows, and this is by Angela Leiden. This is completely vegan, and it is an amazing cookbook. If you don't follow her blog already, ohsheglows.com, her recipes are incredible. She is full of plant-powered, amazing recipes. There's everything from sweets, savories, appetizers, soups, everything you could name in this book. And this makes an awesome gift for anybody who is interested in plant-based living but still wants to eat delicious and healthy food. Another plant-based book that I love is Deliciously Ella. I've been following her for years, and when she came out with this cookbook, I immediately snapped it up and I was not disappointed. She has really unique and creative recipes, but they are super simple and they are all plant-based. So not everything in here is gluten-free, but there are gluten-free options in most of the recipes. She has everything from sweet, savory, breakfast, you name it, and she has it in here. And I've tested a bunch of the recipes and they are really, really delicious. The next book I have for you is Crazy Sexy Diet by Carr. This is actually not a cookbook, but it is a book all about plant-based living, and it really kind of details a bunch of the steps for transitioning to a plant-based diet, talks about the benefits of juicing, and a lot of the other benefits of living on a plant-based diet. It also includes a 21-day cleanse, so if you're interested in potentially cleansing in the beginning of the year, this would be a great resource for you. I haven't personally tested out the cleanse. It's very juice heavy, and I'm not a huge juice cleanse person, but I still think it could be really beneficial for a lot of you, especially the educational piece of it. So I think that this would make an awesome gift. And the last thing that I have for you today is the Simple Green Smoothies Cookbook. I am a humongous smoothie fan, in case you didn't already know, and this book is full of, I believe, 100 tasty smoothie recipes. So they are not all necessarily green, but they are all filled with healthy fruits, vegetables, all that good jazz. And they are all plant-based, and they talk all about how you can incorporate more healthy greens into your smoothies. So if you need a little bit of smoothie inspiration, I definitely recommend this cookbook. I've really enjoyed the recipes that I've tried from them. I love their writing style. The photos are beautiful, and I just think it's a really awesome cookbook to have on your shelf. And that's it, my friends, for the kitchen gift guide. Hope you got some good ideas in this video. Tomorrow I will be back with our final gift guide. It's going to be all about gifts under $25. So these are going to be great stocking stuffers or other gifts that you just really don't want to spend a lot of money on. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. There's a red button right below this video, and that will make sure that you don't miss tomorrow's video. I will also be launching an entire gift guide on my blog tomorrow, and that will include everything rounded up into one post that I've been talking about all week long. So also head on over to the blog tomorrow to make sure to check that out. And I've also included the Gift Week playlist for you in the description box below. So if you're just now tuning in and want to check out those other episodes, you can find that playlist below. Of course, all of the items that I mentioned are also linked below. And other than that, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have an awesome Friday, a great start to the weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys!